16 miles of this. Scary. I'm scared. Jake's way up ahead of me there, scouting everything out. Make sure we don't run into a cattle truck or horse trailer, camper or something. Make sure we get them off the road. I'm exceeding speeds of 18 miles an hour here. Well, we made it here. Had to walk the cat probably about a half mile, sitting down there. I got to walk out here, and Jake and I are going home in the truck. We're going to try to go over Pass Creek. There's one switchback. We may have to separate the Jeep and take it down and then come back up and get the main trailer. I don't know. So that's the kind of rock we got in here. That's the stuff that stops a scraper dead in its tracks. Is that big old girl right there. I hope we don't run into anything bigger. That's why I needed the cat. Got a smaller one back here, but man, that was a doozy. So I can't pull the rippers all the way down through here. It's just too hard and tight, and that's why I couldn't cut it with a scraper. So I got the cat going this morning. It's cold up here this morning. Anyway, I'll get that pushed out and then rip. Matt's supposed to be here later on. He's coming from Salmon from his place. Got a place up there. He's bringing his camper, so next week we can hit it hard and get this cut out of here. this rock's getting pretty nasty. Running into a lot of big stuff, and I'm trying to dump it off the end of the fill where there's quite a bit of fill to try to get rid of it. Some of it I can't get rid of, so I've been dumping up in here and then grabbing some dirty topsoil, bringing back to cover this, because you can't grade it. You start grading it and you just end up with marbles everywhere, giant marbles. It just segregates. And so putting down this stuff, that way we can grade it and haul the mail, and it gives it a little more ability to hold moisture under it when we put the topsoil on it. And so what I do is I come up here with a load of rock, and then I go up in there and take some of that. It's not good topsoil. I've piled all the good topsoil over here. So haul a load up, haul a load back, and then tomorrow morning we'll probably grade this so I can pick up a little more time. Got really lucky today. The propane man came to come fill the owner's propane tank at his cabin. So I had him swing up and get the field truck and fill it up. So anyway, you still can't see the end down there. There's still a lot of cut in that thing, and it's nasty. So there's the one oddball rock. That was a big one, and there's some smaller ones around it. Pushed them all down here out of the way because they were up here along the edge of the cut. So let me go show you how much cut I got left. So right here I've still got 5 foot of cut at that station. And like I mentioned before, this is all dropping on a 3% grade this way. So there's a lot of cut right here, and then a little bit of fill there, but there's still cut at that station. Then you can see the next lump down there. You still can't see the end of the runway, so got a bunch of cut down there too, but you can see the doilies we've been rolling out of here, and this is awful to load. Hard on a scraper, and it just bangs the crap out of the cat. That's why they call it rock, and we have to rip it twice to loosen it up enough to even be able to load it. Nasty stuff. Anyway, when it gets done, we'll cover it with topsoil. It'll look primo. This is really fun when you're dealing with 24-inch minus, trying to get rid of it. And we've bladed all this, and Matt is putting in the shoulder stakes all the way down to almost the cut. We're ready to put some dirt on it. We're trying to put some dirt. It's kind of rocky and dirty, so that we cover up the rocks, and then we can get that topsoil on it, get a good layer of topsoil, so we're not into this crap when we're finished grading it. This is a tough one, but you just do what you got to do. Nobody likes a crybaby. It is a windy day today. Matt probably wishes I'd buy a D9H with a cab with air conditioning. Anyway, we're getting this cut down closer. There's still a lot of muck in there to move though. I cut the slope with a scraper. Works better than the grader. The grader don't have enough power to bang out the boulders and rocks. So we've almost got this cut out of here. I got 8/10 to cut out right there. That'll get me down to where I can put 6 inches of topsoil back on. Holy cow, look at that hole in my dozer. I can't believe you let that thing go like that, Jeff. I'm just ashamed of you. Anyway, it's just been blowing really hard all day. Just clouds and clouds of dust. It's been miserable. I hope it stops. And then I've gone clear to where it really starts to climb on that other end. So it's got to make a transition. It's got a vertical curve in it at about 500 feet this way from the fence. And that 500 feet will be, I think, a 4.9% grade. So tomorrow morning I got to get on the blade, straighten that up behind the scraper, and then we'll put shoulder grade on it like we did this one. And then we'll come down here and we'll cut out the rest of this and finish making the fills that way. Okay, it's the end of, wow, what is today? I think it's Wednesday. Anyway, it's a great job with a great view. So I've got borrow material clear up into there, and I got to grade that in the morning. This was all white earlier. I have taken some of the junk topsoil and put over it. So I got 2 marks on the stake. The bottom one is finished grade before topsoil, and then the next one up is topsoil. crossing. Okay, what I'm doing here is pushing all these big old rocks down in the low spot where I need fill. And so I roll the dirt and the rocks this way, and then I roll them that way till I get them all put to bed down there. Anyway, this from right down there, it goes from a 3% grade to a 4.9 right here for the last 500 feet. Originally it was going to go over there, but somebody talked him into putting it here. It wasn't me. We didn't have any say in it. I wouldn't have done it, because had we moved it over here, we could have had a 3% from one end to the other. It just would have changed the angle a little through that big cut. Anyway, but this is what I got to do to kind of try to get it straightened up. So I got a 9-foot cut right there, and I'm at grade over here. So most of that stuff will come off and go down where the field truck and the scraper are. But I got to get this prepped and then get that big pile of topsoil moved over here. And then I can start to do the cut and fill over here. Actually, I haven't stripped topsoil on this side either, so I'll have to strip that, pile it over here. So Matt had to leave me and Jake come up and he's helping me. So Jake's been putting down topsoil. That's what you'd call number 2 topsoil, but we put it down as a base before we put on the good stuff. Anyway, this is what it'll look like with the good stuff on it. No rocks. Anyway, I got a question for you. Let me show you something. Okay, any guesses on what that is? Wrong answers only. That was a big damn horse. So anyway, we're moving right along. Tomorrow we'll set up the laser and go down and finish all the way clear to the end. We've just got light cuts and fills, straighten it up to get to the very end. So anyway, I'm gonna go to town to get some supplies. So I'm out of here. Nice view, ain't it? Best job ever. Best job ever. So Matt's up on the other end doing some shoulder staking. And I'm just cutting this out by myself because it's not straight rock yet. So I got about a 3-foot cut through here is all. This shouldn't take me long. Let's see if I can do this. Click the counter, put the hitch down, put it in second, drive, hold the phone. This is hard. This is very hard. Holy moly. Jake's pretty handy welder. He's a good mechanic and he can run a scraper. Can't beat that. Oh, looky there. Standing on the far end, I can see the other end. Ain't that cool? Wow. Sure is pretty. Good evening. Stay. That's a good boy. Got some stuff going in the box. Got a hat going to Tim Gillespie in Denton, Texas. That's where my house came from, Tim. Tri-Steel Structures. I live in a steel house. And a hat going to Calvin Roberts in Steelwell, Kansas. Thank you, boys. That's right. That is a metal house right there. It's got 22 corners on it. Came from Denton, Texas. Tri-Steel. I don't even know if they're still around or not. What do you think, Mr. Griff? You ready to ride at dawn again? We ride at dawn. So I just got my ass chewed on the CB by this trucker up here. So I got on the highway about 20 miles back and wound her up to 70. That's the speed limit. And he slowly was catching me. And then there was a long, steep grade and he kind of fell behind. When we got to the top of it, he come around me and started yelling at me. Said I was slowed down and then I went fast. And I just told him, I said, well, I got the cruise control on, I'm sorry. So anyway, he passed me about 15 minutes ago and he's about 300 yards ahead of me. That's what all that angry BS got him. I don't understand what his problem is today, but I saw the license plate on his trailer and then it all became clear to me. He's from Utah. Oh. Anyway, I don't know where he's going. Should we talk to him on the radio again? Hey bud, I'm sorry about that. I swear I had the cruise on and was just going 70 there. He's not gonna talk to me now. Driving angry. Don't drive angry, man. That metal building could be the one for the airplane hangar for my customer. That'd be funny.
You're good. Just slowed me down going up a small hill. Lost all my momentum. A little irritated.
He's irritated. Well, that's a pretty long grade up there. When I haul my equipment out here, it's pretty tough going. I got a 550 cat and it slows it right down.
Not 10-4. I've just been having nothing but trouble with my truck all week and overheating and shit. Hasn't been pulling hills or nothing like that. Just not in a good mood this week.
I think he just apologized.
Hanging out on you. Came out of Visalia, California.
Well, if you're going to Ellis, I'm betting money you're probably going to go through Mackey, unless you're going to go through Howe. He's having a conversation with me now. Apparently his truck's been overheating, and he said it's been a real bad week, so.
Yeah, address for this place says 26228 off of Highway 9. Just says Highway 93 in Ellis, Idaho.
It's alright. It's alright. You know I love this life I lead.